Welcome back to the colony. My name is Clear, and the march of civilization continues ever onwards here in Rimworld, despite the game's best attempts at stopping that from happening, so that's nice. Looks like we have a 3% bonus to the research speed for Arcana, so that's great. Let's just run that one again and see what we did this time. Well, that's the advanced logic for the robotics research completed, so that's great. In other words, I think that's the Tier 4 robots. Yep, Tier 4. And that's the anti-logic robotics research completed, so that's great. And that's the Tier 5 robots. Well, looks like that and his partners provided a 3% bonus to the toxic resistance for Arcana, so that's great. Let's run that one again, shall we? Well, looks like Rivers and Kazarov are having a bit of a social spat, so let's just see what it was about. And in the middle of, of a ritual, Kazarov called Rivers' nephew a crook. Alright. And yeah, it was during a, advent of ideology, so, yeah, that's a thing. And Kazarov went down. But hey, that, advent of ideology was a pretty fun one, according to everybody who went. Well, that was a 3% bonus to the toxic resistance from that, Madness Partners research. Let's just see what we did out of the next one, shall we? Looks like, Giroz and Catrath are getting married at some point in the future. And we have a score of 74 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift! 143 silver. Well, that was a 3% bonus to the medical surgery success chance for Arcanist. Well, that's a 3% bonus from that, and his progress research to our rest rate multiplier. Let's run that one again, shall we? Well, looks like Latch is pregnant, so I guess we're gonna have to start planning for that one. Right, so that should be a crib. And I think we're just gonna make it out of, steel. Because why not? And just plant it there. Well, looks like some plasma mammoths are planning to visit. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the general labor speed of Arcanist, so that's great. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the carrying capacity for Arcanist from that endless progress research, so that's great. Run that one again, please. And that's a 3% bonus to the smelting speed for Arcanist, so that's great. Run that one again, please. Well, looks like we had a pretty unpredictable party of truth. In fact, it was so unpredictable, a wanderer once joined, and that wanderer has a relationship with one of Arcana's, Tassa's wife. Crafting, still level 8 is their best stat. You're not sure? Well, I guess, Watson just gets to be stuck in Area 1 for the rest of her time here, since, she doesn't do violence. Which I guess is fine, since, we kinda need a new crafter anyways. And this batch of visitors has relationships with, some of our colonists, so let's just see who has the relationships. It's Brendan's son, who is also Kazarov's stepson, Brendan's grandson, who is also, Theo's cousin, Theo's grandpa, Ninja's 10, and there's 2 of them for Ninja, and Theo's wife, who is, of course, a psychopath. As a trait. And that's a 3% bonus to the smelting speed for Arcana, so that's great. Run that one again, please. Well, looks like Arcanas are going to be able to recover from diseases 3% faster, so that's great. Well, looks like we're dealing with toxic fallout again, so that's something. I guess it's time to rebuild the roofs. That I kind of destroyed. Oh well, it is what it is. And I just realized that I'm gonna have to build a bit of a shelter for the animals to sleep in. While this is going on. Which I never got around to doing. Oh well, better late than never, right? Yeah, I think a 13 by 15 structure should do the trick. Right, so the animals have somewhere safe to sleep that's, it has a roof over it. Or at least it will have a roof. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the immunity gain speed of our Arcana, so that's great. Let's run that one again and see what we did this time. Looks like, Tazov and Latch are in a bit of a social spat. I wonder what it was about. Latch insulted Tazov's punctuality. Alright. Well, that was a 3% bonus to the smelting speed for Arcana, so that's great. Run that one again, please. Well, looks like we can make stuff 3% faster, so that's great. Run that one again, please, because that was a general labor speed boost. Well, that's a 3% bonus speed boost to the mining speed for Arcana, so that's great. Run that one again. Well, that's a score of 56 from that patch of gas, and a gift. 205 silver. Well, let's just see which animal herd is dealing with the plague. And it's the Ibis Ram. Yep, just the Ibis Ram. And that was a 3% bonus to the global learning factor for Arcana, so that's great. Run that one again, please. Well, looks like Minerva and Tobin are in a bit of a social spat with each other. Let's just see why. Tobin loudly insulted Minerva's sense of responsibility. Alright. But hey, Minerva leveled up from this, and they're now melee 8. Looks like we brought a new batch of visitors. The problem is that they are afraid to enter my territory for the following reasons. Toxic fallout. You know, sure, I can take care of them. And hey, some of them have relationships with some of Arcana, so let's just see who it is. Ninja's Ken, Ninja's Dad, and Theo's grandma are all paying us a visit. And it looks like we've had a marriage ceremony that I completely missed. Well, and that's a 3% bonus to the mining speed for Arcana, so that's great that they can mine a little bit faster now. Run that one again. Well, looks like the Totten Pilot has finally settled, so that's great. Well, look who decided to show up. Reverend's son, who is, Amir, and, Critter's ex-wife. Well, I think this batch of raiders up here is, gonna get, well, messed up pretty hard by the turrets. And that's a batch with, I want to say, Critter's ex-wife. Well, oh well, it is what it is. That's for sure. Anyways. Let's just set our heads in the sand and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. Because, functionally speaking, it really doesn't. At least not to the robots. Or the colonists who, just don't have weapons. Or even if they do have weapons. I'd rather just let the, riders fight the turrets. That's literally why I built the turrets after all. As for you lot, you and Kazaros need a new weapon for self-defense. Because I just realized you don't have one at all. Not even in the extra weapons category. Well. You lot don't report down here. Actually, where's this raider group going? I guess it would make more sense to send him up here. Well, looks like that's a lot of blood. And they just took out my, collection of turrets. Oh well. Well, some of them anyways. Well, I found Cap, who is, Critter's ex-wife. Even though the Damon says that it's, Kenrad's over here. So I'm just gonna capture Cap. And then you'll find, Amir. Who is, this one right here. Well, the first batch of raiders is fleeing, so... Rivers! That'd be your job. Save lives, capture. And that would be the end of that. No, I'm gonna lose a turret. Several turrets. Oh well, they done their job. And this side is fleeing. Right, Amir, capture. And I just realized that I never sent them out. Oh well. Save lives, capture. Death in 14. Alright. I think the rest of you lot can go home. And let's release the robots from their prison so they can help fix the turrets to say the least. And by prison I meant home area. And let's also dismiss the rest of you so you can also help out. So yeah, I guess if you're setting up a turret boss like this over here. Don't use granite. Use uranium barricades instead. And yeah, looks like Amir is gonna make it to the prison cell. And that's a 3% bonus to the smelting speed for Arcana, so that's right. Let's see now. Run that one again, please. Alright, Tusias, you are dismissed now. As for Amir here, convert. Well, looks like Cap has successfully made it back to a prison cell, so that's right. Cap, convert. And to celebrate our victory over the Raiders, we had a pretty unforgettable true fair, so that's straight. Oh, well, Cap has a sci-type dependency. And it looks like somebody has an infection. Amir. Well, I guess an earbot will see too soon. Or one of the tawny doctors will. Oh boy, another infection. Amir again. So let's see. Now, infection in the left leg and the left arm. And let's just switch you over to the Gutterworld medicine since I actually want you to survive this one, Amir. Well, looks like we got a conversion ritual ongoing for Amir. It was currently in the process of being brought in by Bar. And we have a score of 52 from that batch of visitors. And a gift! The Reckoning of Helene. Which is a, bolt action. Alright. And for the record, the current certainty of Amir in Outlaw Path is 40%, so let's see what this does to the certainty. It was an effective one, and the certainty is down to 7.7%. Alright. And that's a 3% bonus to the eating speed for Arcana, so that's right. Let's run that one again and see what we did this time, shall we? Well, we successfully converted Amir, so, recruit! Well, that's a 3% bonus to the injury healing factor for Arcana, so that's right. Do that one again, please. Well, Amir has finally joined the colony, so that's right. Welcome aboard, Amir. Amir is off on a sad wonder. The final straw was sick. Alright. By the way, Amir has developed an immunity to both infections, so that's right that this isn't going to affect the immunity gain speed. This Herb and Matthew got into a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. So let's just find out why. Matthew openly insulted Zesra's jawline. Alright. I guess it's free melee experience for both of them, and free medical experience for the colony doctors. So it's pulling double duty. And funny enough, that's a 3% bonus for the medical surgery success chance, so that's gonna help at some point. Maybe. Anyways, let's run that one again, shall we? Well, that's a 3% bonus to the injury healing factor for Arcana, so that's straight. Run that one again, please. Well, that's a 3% toxic resistance bonus from that endless progress research. Let's see what we did out of this one, shall we? Well, looks like the Illuminati wants to pay us another visit at our hotel. The problem is that they're afraid to enter my territory for the following reasons. Temperature. I think we brought the air conditioning for that. It's currently 95 degrees Fahrenheit today. And looks like the visitors have relationships with some of our colonists, so let's just see who they are. Ninja's 10, Ninja's great grandpa, Ninja's other 10, and Ninja's grandpa. It's all 10 all the way down the list. Well, that's another 3% bonus to the carrying capacity for our colonists, and let's run that one again, shall we? And I should probably put a animal flap on the shed that we use for the turkey farming. Well, that sounds like a great idea. Better late than never, right? Just try to find it in this list. Ah, here it is. And by that I mean the animal flap. And that's a 3% bonus to the mining speed for Arcana, so that's right. Let's do that one again, shall we? Looks like we just have a pet rat now, because the rat self-tanked, and is now designated Rat 1. Well, looks like we got a score of 64 out of that batch of tests. Well, looks like somebody had a birthday that the game needed to tell me about, so let's just see who it is, and it's, Mano, hearing loss. Alright. Looks like we got some visitors that have relationships with our colonists. Wanna bet it's Ninja? It's, Ninja's 10, and Brennan's 10, who's also, being shared with you. Yep, that's Travis. Well, let's just see who has a flu ending colonist. Poyard Bell, Amir. bar, veg, minov, tin, pot, tonin, yam, and pinda all had the flu. I just see our bots will see you now. And that's a 3% bonus to the restaurant multiplier for Artana, so that's straight. Run that one again, please. Looks like we have a 3% bonus to the toxic resistance of Artana, so that's straight. From that end of Sparta's research, let's see what we get out of this one, shall we? Well, looks like some of the visitors have relationships with Artana, so let's just see who it is. Looks like Brenna's grandson, who is also Theo's cousin, is planning to visit, along with Ninja's 10. Looks like we have a 3% bonus to the injury healing factor for Artana, so it's straight that they can heal up faster from their injuries. So let's run that one again and see what we get this time. Oh hey, we got a score of 34 for that batch of visitors, and a gift! 37 Placio. Alright. Well, looks like Poyog and Yam are having a bit of a social spat, so that's, I guess free medical XP and melee, XP for both of them. And the medical XP goes to the colony doctors. I wonder what it was about. Yam told Poyog's mother a cobra. Alright. Well, looks like, we managed to make a Golden Death Royal Bad. Let's see what the artwork is like. An engraving on this furniture illustrates, treasure adding surface detail to a ULM rifle and smiling pouting. The ULM rifle draws a soft flat. The word makes the viewer think of, lonesomeness. Provocatively, if you strain your eyes, the focus composition of the image reveals the outline of a fir tree. This image relates to treasure completing work on a ULM rifle on the 7th of April, May, 5512. Okay. And that's a 3% movement speed bonus for Artana, so that's right that they can move a little bit faster. Let's run that one again and see what we get this time. Well, looks like some of the visitors have relationships with some of Artana, so let's just see who it is. And it's, Yam's that's why. Alright. Well, looks like we got a marriage going on. Allegedly. And that's a 3% bonus to the general labor speed for Artanists. How lovely. Yeah, I'm beginning to think I should make a dedicated temple for this kind of thing for weddings. Alright, so, it's Theros and Catrat's wedding. Yeah, I definitely should make a dedicated building for those kind of things. For weddings. The real problem is where am I gonna put it anyways? Well, I guess the, temple is just going in here that's, gonna be meant for weddings. Alright, so I guess Catrath and Theros needs to be put into a room with each other. Do I even have an available room? Or I could just take, Manav out of, this room. I guess that's what I'm doing instead. Catrath and Theros. Well, looks like we just have a Metronoid cluster to worry about now. I guess this is gonna be one of those turret issues. Cause, yeah, that's not much of a Metronoid cluster. Well, you seven are going to be going out to confront the enemy at the gates. As you gather up here. Alrighty then, let's go see about dealing with those Metronoids. Those pesky Metronoids with our ULM rifles. They were basically built for this task. Well, they're opening fire now. And of course the turrets are also opening fire. Yeah, both sides turrets are. The problem is that the Metroid turret seems to be outnumbered, and there goes the Metroid cluster. So I just have to take care of that. Well, I guess we get help from the robots this time around. Well, these 7 gets to distract the Metronoids. And that takes care of that. Well, we have a store of 80 for that batch of gas, and a gift! 56 uranium. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the carrying capacity of Arcana, so that's straight. Let's run that one again and let's see what we get this time, shall we? Well, looks like, somebody got into a bit of a social spat. Which one in, Kaz? And which one openly insulted, Kaz's ambitions? Alright. Well, looks like some turbos are paying us a visit. Yep, all the way over here. Looks like we have another 3% bonus to the rest rate multiplier for our Arcana, so that's right. Alright, let's run that one again and see what we did this time. Looks like we have a score of 91 out of that batch of dust and a gift. 23 uranium. Well, which one in Bat are having a bit of a social spat? Let's just see what it was about. Bat flagrantly disrespected, which one's relationship status? Okay. Ninja is off on a tantrum, the final straw was early bird at nighttime, and, no, you don't get to destroy the passenger shuttle, Ninja. Well, I guess it's off the present for you temporarily, Ninja. Well, I think I've hit a pretty good stopping point for this video, so like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist. All of our social media points to help out the channel and the algorithm for free. And if you want to support the channel financially, there's a link to my Ko-Fi in the description below, where you can do exactly that for as little as $1 a month. Anyways, I guess I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. Bye!